made by Ratai. Yesufu, Cam Carr drops the hammer.
For the senior out of Waco, and now steal. Agbin takes it away, up ahead. Oh my!
Anytime here in Waco, we got a 3-point game early on second half. Carr!
Oh!
Caught a body!
He's open, got away with it. Good rebound, Williams. Now Carr, trailed by Bradley!
Soccer and of course, Big 12 basketball. Check this out. Whoa.
Carr, long distance three, good! Earning more minutes as the season goes on. Carr elevates, three again!
To the rim and knocks it down. Johnson's pass deflected by the long arms of Cameron Carr. And Carr!
There's the ball.
In his hands right now, gives it up to Ratai. Back for Carr. Carr with a team-high 9 points.
The center, and it worked because he had a one-on-one play.
By the way, Terrence Brown's from Minneapolis, but that was not on purpose.
Could be a problem for the Baylor team.
Cross-court pass to Carr. Elevates.
Yeah, here comes the post-up right there, Pete. Look, this is a mismatch. They came to double, which was good. And
wow. Example, and this year he's been challenged a little bit to lead vocally, and he has done that for Alex Jensen.
battle for Utah. Did not play well the first half, came out on fire the second half. I think they hit their first. That's
net.
I thought we had a cool conversation with Alex Jensen about players in these days. Now you see Paul
Since
grew up in Houston.
Yesufu, definitely an NBA prospect. Yesufu back to Carr, contested three.
Big 12 play, but they nearly pulled off an upset over one of the top teams in the entire country. Point and assist double-double, 24 and 11 at number 19 BYU on Tuesday. Cam, offensive rebound, Caden Powell to keep the possession going. Floater, Tech was Bull's second as well.
Yeah, just a huge mistake by Bull.
Orlando native. Carr again, heat check. Yeah. Here's Carr. Inside.
Know what's going to end up happening.
Baylor, I think, starting to build some confidence in
8-4 rebounding advantage for Baylor.
Nelson in off the bench. Carr kind of fumbled that pass, so he'll attack instead of... Almost lost it. Shot clock down to 7. Bounce pass. Beauty to Carr. Powell goes back under the basket again. Carr catches shoot three. We're talking about matching up against one of the great rebounders in the country in Oaxaca. They left Carr open. Been on the bench with some foul trouble. Some good minutes. Carr down the lane. Scoop shot. Lost it. Rebound. Del Orso. Blocked by Carr. Now 2-on-1. Carr all the way to scoop it in.
Bobby Hurley in year 11, and with questions about his future at Arizona State. Carr! Cam Carr had a half dozen, and he can't have threats to go. Here's Cam Carr driving on Pig Johnson to the...
Has it. He's got some numbers here. Carr wants to take it to the rim, just kind of flips it up, and
Thought Joe Lenardi was the committee.
Here's Carr. A lot of things. And he throws a transfer. A lot of 5 out from Baylor. Carr will pull from deep, and he...
to give him space to operate, to be able to get to the elbow there, and then he gets to his spot with ease.
Carr off the shot fake, nice touch. Here's Carr driving on right.
All the body in front right there, not surrendering at the rim by Isaac Williams.
Kick to the corner for Carr. And he knocked A.J. DiBonsa.
How fun is it to have somebody that good on your team?
Oh, Carr.
Right. Junior, a McDonald's All-American that's going to Missouri, so he didn't get to hold it for long, but to go from Benin, Africa to the all-time leading scorer.
Oh, so he knew what to expect today. Kevin Young talked to him about it. Kevin Young said, hey, he's laid back. He's an even-keeled guy. I don't think it's going to bother him here tonight. Doesn't look like it has.
No, really.
Searching. A lot of time coming off here for Baylor. 10 seconds have come off. It's Cam Carr to the basket.
All are wearing white uniforms in this game.
Yeah.
That speaks to the dominance
that Iowa State has played with. Dominant on both sides. It's a little chaotic on Radio Row. I've never done it before. Carr three, good. Izzy playing well, not necessarily shooting well. That air ball or tie. Najee. Here goes Carr on the attack. Carr scoops it in. Williams. Agbin gave it up. Carr for three. Good. Final minute here from Ames. With a terrific day of college hoops.
But again, great defensive effort by Baylor. And then
You can tell Agbin wanted that.
4 to shoot. The ball's in Carr's hands. Deep three. Too strong. And here comes Carr. Takes it all the way himself. Absolutely have an NCAA tournament resume.
Oh, yeah, the season ended today. They'd be in that somewhere between that 5 and 8 seed.
Who can't hit anything, and he's going to hear that from those students behind us. Carr gets an open opportunity here for Baylor.
Skillings has been getting hit and hit and hit again, but he stayed with it to get the offensive glass for another possession.
Carr launches a deep three, counted and one. Chance for a 4-point play.
Talent like Baylor does, the basket gets huge when you get easy baskets, and that's what happened the last 8 minutes of the first half when Baylor took control.
Carr trying to stay hot, and he
Feelings because they're going to one guy right now because he's the hot hand.
Carr trying to find the hot.
Time you brought this guy up, I'm getting jealous.
Well, the first time we were on news. I let the people on. He went, oh my goodness.
Carr, one-on-one,
Where he is right now. He's a good player, but he's not nearly ready. But you want to talk about him.
It's in hands to retire.
Got to go quick for Baylor.
So he sits on 25. The lead sits at 9. Cam Carr knifing to the hole.
Carr full throttle. Got it to go. Just their second turnover. Agbin lob, backside flip.
Them to play one-on-one because they've been so concerned with his passing out of the double. They just would rather him go one-on-one than get an open three with the way Tech has been shooting the ball.
Penny uses his balance and his dribble. Steal Carr, 2-on-1, takes it himself.
The defensive possession. I mean, you force JT Toppin to shoot it with his right hand. You win right there.
Carr snakes by his 80 seconds to go. Carr working his way through the bench game.
And they lost early on in the season. Or earlier, first game of conference, they lost to him.
Those are the type of players that are the hardest to box out. There it is.
Cameron Carr straight away. 32-22. He's got 17. Carr glides to the hole. And look at Carr. Baylor starting to feel it now. After being down by as many as 15. Cameron Carr to the other way. He's very talented and very versatile. Carr, heat check at 10 of 12.
20-12. Yeah, I think that's called being uber efficient.
Scary efficient. And swooping. Carr's been quiet offensively recently. They put Tiller on him. He'll take a three. And hits. G with the rebound. Carr, DJ. Got it.
Tough cross. Nice dump off down low. Powell to Carr. He'll try the three. No. 5% off his dribble jump shots. That is really, really good. There's a couple of critical defensive possessions coming up here for Oklahoma State. Carr curling, catching. Say you and your heavy 160-pound frame, right? 167. Baylor 6-0 run. Trying to shots here in the second half. Over to Powell. Carr from the handoff. Gets another re-screen. A terrific screen from Powell. Carr will step back. Baylor trying to shake this 0-3 start in Big 12 play. Carr rises.
20 in the country in offensive efficiency. They can score it. Dan Skilling, Cincinnati transfer. Shot clock at 7. Deep three.
He gets into that sweet spot of the defense, and rather than taking a tough two, he kicks it out for a wide open three. Nice. Fantastic. Taman Lipsy for Iowa State. I can't believe Houston and Iowa State don't play twice.
So far in Waco. Carr hanging.
Touches. And right now, Cam Carr just saw the ball go in.
Carr left alone.
I don't know if I've ever seen Taman Lipsy get up that high. Was that? Are we counting that as a dunk or no?
A pass.
Defensive coordinator has already placed a phone call to recruit him as a defensive back next season. This is Cameron Carr. That's it.
They have really taken away Punch's rhythm, his confidence, not playing with force here in this.
Horned Frogs have a foul to give. Agbin underneath Carr. Towers Layla Vicious, the junior from Lithuania, another Oregon State transfer. Here's Carr off. And boy, when you consider how deadly the Big 12 Conference is, Carr!
You know, we've seen a lot of good shooters over the years. Yeah. I'm not sure anyone can shoot it like he can.
Man. Arlington Baptist taking on Biblical Studies. Isaac Williams, his first career start here at Baylor. Started 7.
A little backdoor cut and a nice pass from the high post. They made it look easy.
There's Carr to the bucket. 3 by Davion Allen rattles out. Rebound Bears. Carr drives by Cam Carr, a career high. And counting.
Nice play. That's
Arlington Baptist. They've got 12 paint points on the day. Baylor has 66 of their 83.
Their 2 losses, though, they kind of got hit in the mouth a little bit. They got pushed out because of the defensive presence and the athletic.
Is using it as fuel and has a major chip on his shoulder entering this season and is certainly performing at a high level.
And on cue here, Gerald the block that time. And here goes Skillings now. He drives it. He kicks it. 3-pointer, Carr, good.
The game, that is a lot.
Here's Obi Agbum, penetrates, now kicks it back outside to Carr. Carr, the Bears' leading scorer. There's a long 3, and the Bears had that rebounding position completely in control. Now Carr to the bucket, lay in for...
Got his mitts on it, just couldn't quite finish the play. Now he gets a steal.
Wow, on the defensive end. Here's Carr flying in again. Michael Ratai brings it up for the Bears. Bounces to Carr in traffic.
Freshman Tunde Yesufu hit away off that rim. Dan Skillings with the offensive rebound sets up. Team that's one of the most efficient offensively in the early season. Thanks in large
lead. Here's Obi Agbum for the Bears on the perimeter. Screen from Caden Powell, lob down low, baseline left to Carr. He wheels 5 mark first half. A strip of the ball by Ratai. Scoop it ahead to Carr. Now to Cameron Carr, drives on the baseline. Nice. Carr, the rebound. Tell you what, Lavrinov and Caden Powell are having a battle. Watch those two. There's a
Carr's been quiet. How about that bounce? Soft to who sometimes handle it. Can you have a 5-man or essentially a pseudo 5-man? There's another against Troy in overtime earlier this year. Long range. Carr started. The tie trailing the play into congestion. Here's Carr on the fly by. Carr gets it back from Agbin. Screening to get Carr open. Trying to shake Sellers. There's Agbin in his 5th season of college basketball. Carr from distance. Williams with 5 to shoot. Carr way away from the basket. Why not? Ratai. Cut off at the foul line. Back cut. Carr. Back.
Ratai, good ball movement here. Driving. Carr rolls it in. Taylor's going back to the locker room. Efforting a report on that. Lauren will let us know when she gets one. Carr drives. Carr hangs and scores. Buries a 3, and suddenly Creighton fighting their way back. Keep an eye on Dan Skillings. He was grabbing at his right foot on the way down. Carr, pull up, got it. Bears had the Carr duty. Carr gets free, pulls up again. Into the game is Austin Schwartz for Creighton. Carr almost lost the handle, saves it though. Ratai gives it back to Carr.
Taken away by Baylor. Here's Agnew out of the pack, racing across the timeline. The lob and the
defensive glass by the Bears. Probably the last part of this first half. Obi's been quiet from deep. Remember, he's a big-time shooter. Here's Carr from three.
Ratai, who knocked down his first three, gets it to Carr, who goes right back. A little give. Carr snaps it to Yesufu. Too much.
Arizona. In Tommy Lloyd's first year, they played Houston in the Sweet 16, and they just couldn't get him because
Powell got the offensive rebound. Carr back to Powell to dunk it all.
When you look at Butler and Mitchell and Teague and Flagler, as anybody.
Powell, Yesufu looking to add to that this year. Yeah, he's kind of been lost in the shuffle with the incredible production from this freshman class. Carr back to Williams. He'll shoot the three. Good! And that momentum has carried through. 5 of 7 from deep. Rebounds have just been off tonight. He usually makes those. Agnew three.
For Baylor. Here's Carr. Agnew around the screen. Yes!
Particular this year. And the depth of this conference is a big part of why they're performing better. Giving him any clean looks. He's taking what the defense gives him, and now he's scoring inside the paint off the bounce.
He's got 68 points his last 2 games.
Missed it in close. Locals love it. Cam Carr in transition for Yesufu. And he knocked Darren Peterson. Super impressive from the likes of Council and Badunga for Bill Self's team. Yesufu!
These Hilton fans into it. Hey, listen. Yesufu, 3. Good. Shooting season, maybe in college basketball history. That was...
Talk about trust factor.
Yeah.
That's what he has with Tad Boyle. 14th in the nation in assists. And Carr grabs the rebound. Carr still scoreless, averaging 19 a game. But yet, the tie saves it to Carr.
Throw it up.
Here's the lob. And the conversion.
Blanketing him on the perimeter.
Michael Ratai into the game for Baylor, number 12 there defensively. Carr back the other way. Tough finish.
For some help right here, and they need it.
Club, but they come in at 500, 10-10 overall. Here's Carr, 20 points a game, gives it up, and it's to an offensive threat. What a luxury to have those long arms of Bob Miller at 6'11" to help break up that zone. Yesufu got Chubb in the air.
Opportunities to get out and rebound and run.
Speaking of scoreless, Cam Carr still has not scored for Baylor, but
3 minutes.
Right side, Williams again. We talk about to our players what perspective is all about, and we're here getting to play basketball another day.
It's nothing but threes and layups. And ever since then, I was scarred from taking mid-range jumpers.
Yesufu. That's why. A nice look in the corner to Robinson, but it's off. Tunde Yesufu.
ahead to Powell, running the floor. Look at the fouls. He turns it over. Here comes Baylor. Skillings, corner pocket. Yes! Powell, double clutch.
Baylor trying to stop the bleeding now. Cameron Carr, skip pass. And that one will go.
Carr, good skip pass. Agnew for three, and no. To pick up the ball first. Off the knee of Williams, back the other way, 3-on-1, Ratai, skying towards the... On the other end, it's Carr, pump fake. Trying to go against Vukovic, feeds it to the baseline, and that...
Shot attempts is really, really high level, especially for a guard. You don't see that much.
Nice pass.
It's always close when we play TCU, and you don't get many end-of-game close games with Powell.
And the layup is no good by Davion Allen. Rebound Bears. And
nice pass.
No look pass. Powell with the finish.
Carr can play the two. We had the game in Vegas in the Players era in which he was injured. Has not been able to return.
Yesterday, so much talent. I'm going to talk about it. A guy like Cooper Flaherty, who was so heralded a year ago. And then converting that in transition, getting out in the open floor to create some separation.
Now they're up 20. Skillings puts him up.
But at that moment.
This crowd's going to be enjoying a doubleheader today here at Foster.
Cameron Carr comes away with a loose ball. In a hurry, Bears have numbers.
Leading scorer Carr. 23 points per game. Dishes. Williams lines it up and drills it.
He's got it right now. Quick pass over to Adbim. Carr. Yesufu handles, fires. How about that? Beat the Bears by 4. Carr disrupted, and the roll man finally got it to him. And Powell puts it home.
Big three-pointer by the Creighton Blue Jays. 4-point game. Powell inside. Powell, yes.
Nice pass.
Powell showing. Let's see if they can get a bucket before the buzzer. Folks, kick out, corner, denied.
Late in the shot clock and then take the shot you want them to take. Maurice almost lost it. Rebound. Del Orso blocked by Carr.
Johnson. That's from the corner. Castillo. That's blocked. Grab by P.J. Haggerty. Races it up the floor. He eludes Ratai. Takes it to the rim and has it blocked. A left knee injury. Haggerty, a screen from McGriff.
Conwell, hard screen set by Frew. He's got the smaller defender on him. And the shot clock inside 10. Roots with the back down. Carr body to body with him. Blocks the shot by Michael Brown Jr. Another steal for him. He's got 5. Open 3, McNeely. Carr blocks it.
Physicality defensively.
Yeah, and then just playing smart, playing harder, having your compete level go up.
Big block. It's been phenomenal on that possession. Saunders driving on Carr, who blocked it. Right, got the switch from Carr. Right goes spinning, playing off 2 feet. It's
Baylor obviously no stranger to sending youngsters to the NBA. The only school with top 19 picks in the last 5 drafts.
Is good enough to be a Sweet 16 team. A lot of opportunities to grab a couple quad 1 wins.
Touches, the more successful they have been in their half-court sets. There it is.
House finds Laurier, tried to go down. Eagle staff hit those 3 threes in the first half. He has not scored in the second half.
A lot of dribbling, not much going on. Good defense by Baylor.
Lord looking to go somewhere with the basketball, so instead he's just going to take it himself.
Tech, crash the glass. Will they be able to secure rebounds and keep Baylor off the offensive glass?
Watts, Anderson, Petty, Atwell, and Toppin, the star. Got very emotional. His dad, Ned, calls on him as such an amazing influence in his life as that is throw it down to high level. Of course, Cohen has been unbelievable in that column. Sharp. Stop.
Making plays for others.
Torre turning the corner.
Go from Carr. That's the kind of shot you want to force him to take.
What, did you see the way they took away the airspace?
Safe to say that was right about 50 years ago, Pat.
Take your word for it. Somewhat succumbed here and not being as disciplined as Coach Kevin Johnson.
Line cut off by Yesufu. He kicks it back outside. 10 to shoot. Pass into the paint. Went for the dunk. Contested by Carr.
So big and strong. 6'5", 215.
that when he gets a full head of steam to the basket, you got a problem.
There's Carr with another. Double figures now. Agdon, Carr, and Powell all filling it up today.
McKee. Parker rewarded. Hook is blocked away. Barry in the passing lane against Carr.
We weren't able to review our mistakes like this. Maybe a good thing, actually. We didn't yell as much. So the transfer from Iowa will be a big story for Creighton this year. On the drive goes Graves. Graves started by Yesufu. Here is Trout. And it's blocked by.
Taken away by McDowell. Hicks, the lob. It's SMU. Drops it off for Hicks. Nice offensive read. And Mizell lives to fight another day. Blocked by Carr.
Me too. Arizona State by 5. Approaching 90 seconds to go, and Grebovich turned it over.
Comes off with his feet set and squared to the rim and knocks it down.
Johnson's pass deflected out of the hands. Kostic, and then Carr able to get it back. He stayed with the play and then throw it.
Point shooters. They're blanketing him on the perimeter.
Like a retired shot. Good question. Lorient's been the guy to do it for West Virginia, and he turns it off.
Short. Now on the leak out, Tillery trying to step through one. The Texas Tech mismatches become a real problem when it's called line shots as the Bears in this second half. Bouncing back.
43% as he gets his first place.
Good hands. Big night. He's in double figures. Now 4 Baylor.